first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Appreciate you guys being here as always. Big Friday night slate, 9-gamer tonight. Excited to break this down with you guys. Been a pretty quiet day for a 9-game slate. There really hasn't been any news that has come out throughout the day. Nothing's changed. The guys that were still questionable last night are still questionable. Heading into the slate. This is going to be one of those days where it's we're going to be making a lot of changes up until lock. I feel like a lot of guys are going to get ruled in, ruled out. Probably within the next couple of hours. So be at your workstation, your computer, whatever. Be ready to make some changes tonight because I feel like things are definitely going to change from now till lock. Still a lot of guys that are questionable, but yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Excited to break down the slate, answer all you guys' questions. What's up, Noah? Let's get it. Hey, let's get it, Dylan. Appreciate you being here, man. As always, you're a regular here, Dylan. I recognize you almost every stream, so I appreciate you being here, brother. Let's get it tonight, man. Steph Curry and Daniel Tice or Giannis and Kent Bazemore, assuming Draymond's out. I'd probably take the second one, Giannis and Kent Bazemore. I think Kent Bazemore does benefit if Draymond's out for sure. We saw that last game with him getting a ton of minutes. Best part of my day is chatting with y'all. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, David. I'm glad you're enjoying being here, enjoying the stream. Building around Siakam, Morant, and Paul on Yahoo for cash. Definitely, Siakam and Morant are cash viable on Yahoo. Chris Paul, I think he's cash viable, but there are some other guys priced around him, like Jamal Murray. I think there's some other guards that are cheaper I like. But yeah, assuming that Lowry's out, Siakam, VanVleet are great plays, and I think Morant's just way too cheap today. So yeah, totally fine with that, Corey. What's on your chin? That would be my little chin hair that I have. I'm not a grown man. I can't grow a full beard yet, so this is all I can grow. FVV, Joval, and Garland, or Powell, Embiid, and Bembry. FVV, Joval, Garland, Powell, Embiid, Bembry. I'd probably take the first one there. Noah, my guy, hope you're doing well. Let's get it. Hey, let's get it, Clinton. Appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for all you do. Also on the last 5 of FVV, Tatum, Hernan Gomez, Ja, and Morant. Oh, you mean Joval and Morant? Yeah, I'm totally fine with all 5 of those guys tonight. Obviously, Hernan Gomez is by far like the best value play right now, 100%. I'm pretty sure that's going to stay true. I don't know if there's going to be any better value that opens up outside of Hernan Gomez. He's one of the first guys I'm putting in my lineup tonight, 100%. I'm playing him on both sites. My boy Noah, any value open up that you're interested in? Not really. Nothing's really changed, TJ, since I made my video last night. Just all the guys that were questionable last night are still questionable. We just don't know. What's up, Noah? We got to get right tonight. Hey, that's the plan, David. We got to get right, man. Always got to try and make some money. That's the goal here. I've been able to cash these last few nights. I've been able to squeak into the profit, squeak into the money, but haven't really had anything close to a takedown lately. I had a big night on Yahoo 2 or 3 weeks ago, but haven't really had anything big since then. Sub DFS goes Zion in play today at 8.4K. Yeah, I think Zion's definitely in play for sure. His price tag, it's starting to get up there, but we've seen a lot more upside from Zion lately, which I think is, good. I do like him. He's probably my favorite Pelican outside of Hernan Gomez. He'd be the second guy I'd be looking to on New Orleans. I definitely would prefer Zion over Brandon Ingram. Willie Hernan Gomez if Steven Adams is out, and Grayson Allen if Dylan Brooks is out. Yeah, those are two very good values. I'm assuming Adams is going to be out. He's doubtful. Steven Adams is doubtful, so he's likely to be out. We don't know yet about Dylan Brooks, though. He's still questionable. Need the news on Lowry? Yeah, that's the big news right now is Kyle Lowry. He was doubtful last night, and then he got upgraded to questionable this afternoon. A beat writer tweeted out that supposedly the coach said last night that he did not expect Lowry to play. For now, I'm just going to assume that Lowry's going to be out, but, we just don't know right now. He could wind up playing, I have no idea, but I'm just going to assume he's going to be out. Thoughts on Desmond Bane? It depends on if Dylan Brooks is out or not. I think if Dylan Brooks plays, I don't have that much interest in Bane, but if Dylan Brooks is out and Desmond Bane starts, yeah, he'd be a solid value. I don't think he'd be like a great value play. I don't think he's going to be a guy that projects for, insane value, but he could get you, close to 6x at 3,800. I think that's what his price is on DK. So, yeah, I'm fine with Bane if Brooks is out. Kemba, Fournier, Bay, Zion, Capella, Booker, Reddish, Hernan Gomez, or do I move to Joval and Booker and lift up Reddish? I need a freaking win, not second guess myself. I think Reddish is a good value. I do like Reddish on both sides. He's getting the minutes right now. Without Hunter, I think the minutes should continue to be there for Cam Reddish. He's played 34 and 36 minutes over their last two games. His point per minute numbers are not great. He only averages like 0.7, 0.8 fantasy points per minute. But if he's going to be playing 35, 36 minutes for 4,500, he's a pretty good value, especially right now, given that we don't have a ton of value. The hoodie is nice, looks good on you. I appreciate that, Eric. Appreciate that, man. Kemba or Jared Allen? If Jaylen Brown's out, I would prefer Kemba, but if Jaylen Brown plays, give me Jared Allen there. Hey, Noah, what's up? Got to get right tonight? Hey, let's get it, man. Appreciate you being here. Who's your favorite mid-price center, Gobert, Capella, or J-Val? It's Valanciunas for me. I like him the most. Let's get this money. Hey, let's get it, Willie. You think Yahoo is easier competition and easier to play in general compared to DK? Personally, full transparency, I've had more success on Yahoo. My biggest wins on, throughout my DFS career have come on Yahoo. I like playing over there more than DK. I still play on both sides, but yeah, I definitely think Yahoo, there's not as many pro players. There's still a good amount of pros that play on Yahoo, but I just really I like Yahoo's salaries, their roster builds. I like their salaries. I feel like I'm able to make better lineups on Yahoo. That might sound a little odd, but I just feel like Yahoo it's where I first started playing, so it's the site I like the most, honestly. 5 a.m. here in the Philippines, watching you again with my coffee. Good stuff, Noah. Hey, I appreciate you. Appreciate you being here, man. That's hella early, but thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning into the stream, as always. Allen and Osman, yeah. Those are two guys I definitely think are in play today. Jared Allen on both sides, Osman on both sides, and Colin Sexton, he's pretty cheap on Yahoo still. If you play on Yahoo, I do like Colin Sexton a good amount at his price. Noah, my guy, appreciate your input as always. Hey, thanks, Galvin. Appreciate you being here, man. If I go Giannis, $20 for a guard on Yahoo thoughts or pivot off of Giannis. Well, let me see if there's a guard in that range. I think there's a couple guards in that price range that I like. For $20 or less, you do have Darius Garland, who I don't mind at $19. If Dylan Brooks plays, he's in play for me at $19. But I guess you could pivot off of Giannis. I don't really know. If you have Giannis at 4, you can maybe drop down to Tatum. Especially if Jaylen Brown winds up out, I'm gonna really like Jason Tatum, and I definitely would take Tatum for cheaper over Giannis. So then that could that would let you upgrade at your guard spot. That Jaylen Brown news, that's big as well. Jaylen Brown's questionable. Kyle Lowry's questionable. I think those are the really big. The two big injuries that that really impact the slate right now. There's some other guys questionable, but they don't have as big of an impact. Obviously, Kawhi and PG being questionable is huge, but all the Clippers guys have been priced up to where even if they're out, none of them are going to look like great plays because of their price tags. Noah, thanks again, man. Do you feel Giannis is the best pay-up option over Jokic and Embiid? I think he is. Giannis is normally one of the guys I'm always going to prefer at the top, and today I do prefer him over Jokic and Embiid. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to him, but I think he's definitely in play. Reggie Johnson with a $10 super chat. Hey, Reggie, I appreciate that, man. He said, got him Wednesday and last night. You the man, bro. I appreciate that, Reggie. Over the next couple days, I'm going to try and figure out a way to get get donations to appear on the screen and like have alerts and stuff. I couldn't get it figured out today, but I will definitely have it, soon to where, when you donate or when you give a super chat, it'll pop up on the screen. It'll read your message out and stuff. I'm going to figure out how to do that over the next couple of days. But thank you for the $10 super chat, Reggie. I do appreciate that, man. I'm going to try and get to some of these questions I missed. Got 13th out of 1,378 or 1,370 on DK. Only a single entry, $1, but I'm feeling good. Thank you for all your insight. Hey, that's good, man. 13th out of 1,300. You had a pretty damn good lineup if that's the case. Are you comfy using VanVleet, Siakam, and Powell even if Lowry suits up? I mean, I think they're still viable, but none of them are going to look like top plays. The matchup's so good that I could still see VanVleet or Siakam or Powell having a good game if Lowry plays, but VanVleet, Siakam, Powell are going to be much better options, and VanVleet and Siakam, I think, would be priorities for me if Lowry's out. But I don't know if I'm going to get to any, like in my one lineup, I don't know if I'm going to play any Raptors if Lowry's in. Like that, the team's just going to be so much less appealing if Lowry is able to play. How do you feel about McDaniels? He started last game. Yeah, he started because something happened with Malik Beasley. Like, I can't remember what it was, some disciplinary issues. I'm assuming Malik Beasley is going to be back into the starting lineup and McDaniels will go back to the bench, so I don't have that much interest in him. DK must hate Kyle Anderson. Guy drops 40 DK points consistently, but his price is $6K. I mean, yeah, he's kind of been doing it in like 25 minutes, though. He's kind of been performing a little bit over his head. He had like 6 stocks last game. But yeah, I mean, Anderson still has upside for sure. Bielitsa screwed me on my head-to-head last night. You didn't play him? Once Bielitsa was announced as a starter, I really liked him last night. I tried to get him in on Yahoo. I couldn't do it, but I did get him into my DK lineup. Does it make sense to stat Jokic, Giannis, Siakam, and VanVleet? I mean, right now, I don't know how you're going to make that work because I don't think there's enough value to do that. At least, not right now. Whiteside let me down, so did Harrell. Yeah, Whiteside was probably the biggest disappointment last night. I can't remember how many minutes he played. He didn't play a ton. I mean, he was still productive, but yeah, I mean, Luke Walton just hates Whiteside. Like, he just never gives him the minutes. I mean, Luke Walton finally gave Marvin Bagley good minutes, and you saw what happened. Bagley went out there and crushed. Like, Bagley would average probably 35, 40 fantasy points a night if Luke Walton would actually play him, over 30 minutes. Like Bagley should be starting and playing 30-plus minutes for that, young Kings team. I don't know why Luke Walton hates that dude. Any interest in DSJ? Coach says he will get more minutes. I probably won't be going to Dennis Smith Jr. Not on a big slate like this. First time here, heard you on FB. Is that Facebook? You heard me on Facebook? Well, I appreciate you being here, man. It's kind of weird if you found me on Facebook. That's a little odd. Good luck tonight, Go. Always look forward to the videos. I appreciate that, Nate. Good luck, man. We podcast DFS baseball, and are you into the sabermetric stats like StatCast? Love me some baseball. Yeah, I do. Play baseball. I'll be making baseball videos when baseball gets here. I'm not like a big stats guy. I do look at stats is I think the most important for baseball. Like I don't think stats are really that important for NBA or NFL, but definitely baseball they're more important. I'm not a big stats guy though, but I do like playing baseball. And I'll definitely be making MLB videos, when MLB season gets here. Are you talking about the main video screen? What do you mean, Josh? I don't know what you're saying. I can see it on my chat thread. Yeah, are you talking about the super chats? Yeah, so the donations, they appear on the chat. This is how I'm reading the chat on the screen, what you guys see, but I'm also going to have it appear on like my side of the screen, and it'll pop up, on the screen as well. I just want to make it, if someone donates that they're kind of recognized for that because, donations, they're never expected, but I do want to, kind of shout out the people that do donate if possible. Give them more of a shout out if you know what I mean. Bembry or Aaron Baines? I mean, Bembry was so bad last night on a point per minute basis, but the dude played almost 40 minutes. So if Kyle Lowry's out and we're going to get, 36, 38 minutes from Bembry, I'd probably play him there. You think the Bucks game is going to be a blowout? I mean, last time they played OKC, it was close. So, this Bucks team has not been looking good lately. Like, they haven't been able to really blow out anyone. So, I'm not expecting a blowout. I'm going to assume the game's close. Thoughts on Bay and Bazemore for value tonight? Bazemore, it all depends on if Draymond plays. If Draymond plays, I don't have that much interest in Bazemore. But if Draymond's out, Bazemore has a path to get more minutes like we saw last game. Sadiq Bey, I think he's viable on Yahoo because he's still pretty cheap over there. On Draftkings, his prices come up a good amount that I'm not in love with him. But yeah, Bazemore I think is viable if Draymond's out. Are you surprised by how Giannis played last night? I mean, I watched a good amount of that game yet. I mean, he didn't have a great game. He started to be aggressive late in the game, but it was kind of too late then. And then he fouled out with like a couple minutes left, so he missed out on some extra time too. I mean, it was just one of those bad games for Giannis. Normally when Giannis plays, 36, 38 minutes, he's giving you at least 55, 60. Obviously, that wasn't the case last night, but Cam Reddish or Grayson Allen, I think I prefer Reddish. But if Dillon Brooks is out, then I'd probably go with Grayson Allen if Dillon Brooks is out. Favorite 2 to 3 guards tonight on Yahoo. I mean, if Lowry's out, it's going to be Fred VanVleet for sure. I really like John Morant at his price tag. Grayson Allen is cheap. I believe he is shooting guard. He's $11. I like him, especially if Brooks is out. I think Chris Paul's a little bit too cheap on Yahoo, same with Jamal Murray. So there's a couple guys I'm looking to. Lakers fired Walton. He's wrecking Sacramento's team. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, it feels like anytime I roster Kings, like something goes wrong and Luke Walton finds a way to not play them minutes. Someone put your name out there. That's how I found you on Facebook. Oh, I had no idea about that. Well, hey, if you found me on Facebook, then that's awesome. We be making baseball and NBA videos each night, or we be switching to baseball. I'm gonna try and make both videos every night if possible. I think last year I did for the little bit of time they overlapped. Normally there's like 2 weeks of. Normally the NBA regular season ends 2 weeks before baseball starts, and then the playoffs start for NBA. If I can, I'm going to try and make videos for both. Live streams, that'll be to be determined. I don't know if I'm going to be doing streams for both sports, but yeah, I definitely want to try and make videos for both for sure. Favorite value plays tonight? I mean, right now, Willie Hernan-Gomez looks like the best value on the slate. I think Cam Reddish is a good value. If Kyle Lowry's out again, Bembry, he sucked last night, but he played a ton of minutes. He's still really cheap. I don't mind him. Those are just a couple of guys I'm looking to right now. Ready to make this, Quan? What are your thoughts on Bazemore? It all depends on if Draymond's out. If Draymond plays, I'm not going to Bazemore. I think the reason Bazemore got so many minutes last game was because of there being no Draymond. Because whenever Draymond's not out there, I mean, they can just run some weird lineups. Like, they played a lot of lineups where they had, Kelly Oubre playing center. I mean, they can do that because they don't really have any big men, so they're going to play small, and they can, throw in an extra guard into the lineup if possible. Or they will without Draymond. You think going a few mid-range studs instead of 1 or 2 stars is a good way to go? I mean, on this slate, it's going to be really hard to pay up for, multiple studs just because there isn't a ton of value outside of Willie Hernan-Gomez. So, yeah, I think the mid-range looks really good, especially if Lowry's out. I mean, VanVleet, Siakam both look like great plays in the mid-range to me. So, yeah, totally fine with going that way. Bembry plays 37 minutes, scores 13 fantasy points. Any way you consider him again if he starts? Yeah, David, if he's 3,100, he played almost 40 minutes. I mean, anytime you get a guy that cheap that's going to play as many minutes as Bembry did, I don't care how bad he was last game, he's still in play for me. Unless it's like a PJ Tucker. I mean, I'm not saying Bembry's as bad as PJ Tucker. Now, I don't expect Bembry to be that productive when he's on the floor, but he can give you 22, 24 DK points if he's playing, 37, 38 minutes, especially against this Minnesota team that, plays fast, has no good defense at all. Pritchard in play at all for value. If Brown's out, he always seems to upset or not super confident. I'd want to see what their starting lineup is. I'd assume they're going to do something weird and start I don't even know. Last game they started Javonte Green when Kemba was out. They could do that today. I really don't know what they're going to do. Pritchard, if he comes off the bench, I think probably plays 25, 26 minutes. He's in play, but yeah, I'm not going to be insanely confident in him. Even last game when Kemba was out, Pritchard, he didn't really do much in his whatever minutes he played. He came off the bench last game when Kemba was out. I think it was Wednesday against Atlanta, had 16 DK points in 23 minutes. You'd probably have to project him for a similar line today if Jaylen Brown's out. Maybe a little bit better because Brown is a little bit of a higher usage player. I'm never taking Middleton again. Oh, God. Yeah, dude, Middleton, God, he's been so bad lately. He's going to have, at some point, though, we're going to get, another 50-point game from Middleton. But God knows when it's going to happen. Ben Simmons, full go or slowed by the flu. Any value if run is down? I mean, right now, Ben Simmons is probable. He's expected to play, so I'm assuming he's full go. Todd Herman with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Todd. He says, well worth it. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Again, Todd, over the next few days, I'm going to get some alerts and stuff, so you'll be recognized for donating. But thank you, Todd. As always, man. Appreciate it. Who's your top spend up and top value picks for the night? I mean, right now, the best spend up, in my opinion, is Giannis, if I can get to him. And then value-wise, I think, Willie Hernangomez is clearly the best value play on the slate, assuming that Steven Adams is out. Right now, Steven Adams is doubtful. So, who's your favorite center today? I mean, Willie Hernangomez, I guess, when you factor in salary. Philly is trash against point guards. You think Kobe White will get above 30 DK points? I mean, I haven't even looked at Kobe White on the slate. Like, I'm probably not going there, honestly. Is Adams out? He's doubtful, Tate. Last update I saw was that Adams was doubtful, so he's not expected to play, but keep an eye on it. If Draymond sits, do you think Vucevic becomes a better play? Yeah, he definitely does, because they're going to have nobody to guard him. Will Vooch be a priority for me on this slate where he's 9,900? Not really, but he becomes a better option for sure if Draymond's out, because they're just going to be super, super thin. Miami Mike with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Miami Mike, man. You guys are going crazy today. I appreciate that, brother. He says broccoli cheddar and iced tea on me. I appreciate that, Miami Mike. You're one of the top donators on the channel, man, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, brother. You're always here, always in the chat. I always see you every time, every stream. So, Miami Mike, thank you once again, my man. I don't know if I'm going to be eating broccoli cheddar soup tonight. I think we're having something else, but I'll maybe save that for another day. I appreciate it, brother. Kimba seems like a no-brainer for DK. Price versus Atlanta, who religiously gets dropped by point guards. I mean, it all depends on if Jaylen Brown is out. Yeah, I really, really like Kimba. If Jaylen Brown's out, I think Kimba's a great play. If Jaylen Brown plays, like he's an okay option, but still not a top play for me. What app do you use to see lineups? If you're talking about like starting lineups and stuff, go on Twitter, Tate, look at Fantasy Labs Twitter account. They tweet out starting lineups, they tweet out injuries. You need to be on Twitter. That's the best place to be. What's up, Noah? Thank you for all your stream videos. I'm becoming a better DFS player. I appreciate you helping us. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Patrick. I appreciate you being here, man. Desmond Bane or Bazemore, assuming no Draymond or Brooks. I think Bazemore is probably gives you more upside. Like, Bazemore has upside for sure, like on a point per minute basis with this Warriors team, just because they're lacking scoring. So I'd probably go Bazemore. Willie Jones with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Willie, man. No message, but I appreciate that, Willie Jones. Thank you, man. You guys are crazy today. Crazy. So many freaking donations, man. Thank you. Need to choose one, Vooch or Tatum. If Jaylen Brown is out, give me Tatum for sure. Kent Bazemore worth an investment? It all depends on if Draymond plays. If Draymond plays, I don't have that much interest in Bazemore. If Draymond's out, I like Bazemore quite a bit. I love you, handsome. Hey, I appreciate that, Robert. Thanks, man. Miami Mike always donates. You deserve it. Noah would donate if I could. Yeah, I appreciate that, Miami Mike. And Dylan, you don't have to donate, man. You don't have to donate. It's just there for people that want to. I'm never going to ask for donations or anything. But, yeah, Miami Mike, dude. You're always donating, man. I appreciate it. Who's your favorite center on Yahoo? It's probably Hernangomez. He's $12, so he looks like the best value on the slate and definitely the best center for sure. Where's the dog? He's right there on the couch. You probably can't see him. He's on the couch asleep right now. We had to take him to the vet today because he got an ear infection. Poor little guy. I don't know. And he gets this, whenever he goes outside, he gets like a rash under his crotch area. We had to take him for that too. We've had to take him twice to the vet because of that. Supposedly he gets like an itch or something from the grass outside. I don't really know how, but yeah, I had to take the little guy to the vet today. You're one of us, Noah, not self-centered like others. Hey, I appreciate that, Alan. I try and be myself on these streams. I'm just here to answer questions and to chill. I don't try and, do anything else really. Could be herpes. I don't think it's herpes. Alwyn R with the $1 super chat. Thank you, Alwyn. I appreciate that, man. No message either, but I appreciate that, brother. Hope he gets. Yeah, he's fine. I mean, he's not like sick or anything, but just had to take him to get it. Get the pills for it, just to get it to go away. I mean, he's a young pup. Like he's only a year old. He's got a lot more years ahead of him for sure. Why do you always have Willie Hernangomez? I have a G, not a J. Yeah, so I think his real name on his, if you look at his birth certificate, his real name is Guillermo Hernangomez, but he goes by Willie. So Draftkings has him listed as Willie. You type Willie Hernangomez, he shows up, I think. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you type in Guillermo. So On DraftKings, he's listed as Guillermo Hernan-Gomez. I think on Yahoo, he's listed as Willie. Or on some sites, he is. Maybe they fixed it. I thought on DraftKings had him listed as Willie, but either way, yeah. His name is Guillermo Hernan-Gomez, but supposedly his real name is Willie, or most people just call him Willie. I don't know. You can look it up, honestly. David Whitman with the $3 super chat. Thank you, David. Says, buy a razor and shave that chin. Come on, man. Is it really that bad? Hold on. Let me take a look. Oh, dude, it ain't that bad. I just shaved it like a couple weeks ago. It's all right. It was pretty bad, though. I had some hairs like down to here. I had to get rid of all that. Nate C. Holy shit, Nate C. $25 super chat. You didn't leave a message, but thank you, Nate. God damn, you guys are going nuts today. You guys must have got paid or something. I mean, that's like, I don't even know how much that is. That's got to be like $50 in donations today. You guys are crazy, man. Thank you, everyone who's donated super chats. I appreciate it, guys. You don't have to do that, man. You guys don't have to do that, but thank you. Pascal, if Draymond is out, yeah, he'd be viable. He got over 30 minutes last game with Draymond out. I don't know. I'd assume they start this, or they keep the same lineup, but I mean, maybe they start Pascal this time. Last time they started Michael Mulder, but he didn't play a ton. Maybe Pascal would start if Draymond's out. I don't really know. But yeah, I mean, he'd be viable. I think you get more upside from Kent Bazemore, though. You like Marcus Morris on Yahoo for only $14 if Kawhi and PG are out? Yeah, he's definitely in play. He was bad last game, but I'd be fine to go back to him if Kawhi and PG are out again. How can DraftKings have your screen different than mine? What do you mean, man? I don't know what you mean. You talking about like the Hernan-Gomez? I thought I checked when I was doing my sheets for Patreon. I literally typed in his name. I typed in Willie Hernan-Gomez and his name came up. I don't know if they like changed his name overnight or what, but yeah. Buy a steak tonight, bro. I think me and my girl are going to a place across the street. It's supposed to be a pretty nice restaurant. It's not like crazy expensive, but yeah, you guys helped pay for my dinner tonight. I appreciate that. You guys didn't have to do that, but thank you. I'll have to tell my girl. I like to tell her what goes on, when I get donations and stuff. She's always surprised. I'll have to tell her that, I got a crazy amount of donations today. You guys are awesome, man. I love all of you. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the donations for those of you that did. I never ask for donations, man, but yeah, appreciate it, guys. You're a true GOAT, Billy Goat you are a true GOAT, Billy Goat goatee. Oh, yeah, I mean, the goatee, it ain't that bad. I know people hate on me for it, but I don't really care. I like to have some facial hair. I can't be no facial hair because then I look like I'm 12 years old. I still got to look like I'm at least a little older. Are you rich? I'm not rich, Eric. I do okay for myself. I'm able to live comfortably on my own, but no, I'm not rich. Jesus Christ. Michael Barnes, $2 super chat. Great content. Keep it up. I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you once again for, the super chats. I appreciate it, brother. I like that chin beard. Definitely makes your girl go wild. Oh, she hates it, but she says I at least need to have something on my face because I can't tell you the last time I had no facial hair on my face. Probably before I even started growing. Since I started getting some hair on my face, I just don't shave it. I don't want to look like I'm 12. I want to at least look a little older. Besides Giannis and Willie Hernan-Gomez, who else are you considering or concentrating on getting in your DK cash? I know you're a bit early without all the lineup news, but thoughts, like, and subscribe. I appreciate that, Joel. It depends. If Lowry's out, I think you're definitely going to want, probably one of Siakam or Van Vliet, if not both of them. And honestly, if Lowry's out, I'd be fine dropping down from Giannis to Siakam. This doesn't feel like a slate where I'm going to be jamming in Giannis. Normally I try and get Giannis in if I can, but there's just not enough value to make it work right now. That could obviously change from now till lock, but I don't know if this is a slate where I'm going to be jamming in those 10K guys. This does feel like, one of those slates where the 7K, 8K range looks really good. I'm considering Jackson Hayes too big of a reach. They just haven't been giving him the minutes. It's been, Willie Hernan-Gomez is the backup to Steven Adams. Skywalker DFS with a $5 super chat says, for the pup. I appreciate that, Skywalker. I appreciate that, man. I'll have to get him something. I'll get him some treats or something on you. I appreciate that, Skywalker. Thank you, brother. Do you always update injuries on Patreon? Yeah, up until lock, I'm answering questions on Patreon. I'm updating my core plays depending on news. So, yeah, I'm always in there to answer questions when injuries come out. Even after lock, if I have to update stuff after lock, I will. Favorite guy, $40 to $49 on Yahoo for utility spot if I fade Giannis. probably be so if Jaylen Brown's out, it would probably be Tatum. I think Tatum at $42 is going to be a really good play if Jaylen Brown's out. So yeah, I'd probably go with him. If Jaylen Brown plays though, I mean I really like Cat. I think Cat's affordable at $42. I think Trae Young's too cheap at $40. Yeah, it'd probably be Cat, Trae Young, but Tatum would be the priority if Jaylen Brown's out. Thoughts on Ayton at 6.7K on DK? Yeah, Ayton's way too cheap. I mean, I know he's been god-awful lately, but the matchup's good against Willie Hernan-Gomez. Hernan-Gomez is not a good defender at all, so yeah, I do like Ayton. I think he's going to be very low owned. In your video, you said you're not interested in Terrence Ross, but would he be a good play if Fournier's out? Right now, Fournier's probable, Adam, so he's expected to play. I'm not on. Terrence Ross is just too expensive. Do you watch Run Pure, or do you only have pure runs in the bathroom? I watch some of the guys that Run Pure. There's definitely a lot of sharp guys over there. They know what they're doing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's me putting my lineups together. I don't really rely on anyone else, but yeah, there's a lot of smart players at Run Pure, for sure. Big T, Hoop, all those guys. They know what they're doing. I'm struggling with my lineups tonight. I don't like a lot of the matchups. I mean, yeah, it's tough to make lineups right now, just not knowing, the injury updates. So many guys are questionable. Would you have more interest in Trae if Jaylen Brown is out? I mean, a little bit, but that wouldn't affect it too much. I mean, last game when Jaylen Brown played, Trae still had a really good game, so I don't think I'd change much, honestly. What kind of car do you drive? Honestly, it was my old stepdad's car, so I just got like a hand-me-down. Basically, when I got my license in high school and I started driving, I've been driving the same car since then. But I don't really go anywhere. I mean, my job is to literally play DFS and to make DFS content, so I quote-unquote work from home. I don't really drive that much. Only time I ever drive is to go out to eat or go to the store. But yeah, I work from home, so I've thought about getting a new car if I found one I were to like, but I don't drive that much, so I don't really need one. Kind of be a bad investment, honestly. That's from Schroeder. Oh, did you play Schroeder the other night? I mean, I played Schroeder last night, but I was able to catch the news before the game started. It's a good thing I did, though, because I didn't catch it until about 15 minutes after it came out. I wasn't on my phone at the time. I didn't get the notification. Grayson Allen or Terrence Ross? I mean, if you have the salary, play Terrence Ross, but there's a big price difference between the two. So when you factor in salary, I'd rather play Allen. How much would you need Jokic to get if he costs $11K to make it worth it? I mean, I feel like for Jokic to be in the winning lineup tonight, he's going to need over 60, if not close to 70, I think. If all those mid-range guys, though, if Lowry and Van Vliet, if they put up, or not Lowry, but if Van Vliet, Siakam, assuming Lowry's out, if they put up 50, I mean, you're probably going to see them in the winning lineup over some of those 10K studs, unless the 10K studs, go nuts and put up 70. I just don't think this is going to be a slate where I jam in those top tier guys. Ingram or Zion, if you had to choose one from that game, I'd choose Zion. Oh, Schroeder's your cat. Oh, I totally forgot. I thought when you said Schroeder, you meant you played Schroeder or something. You were just trying to, I didn't know. But that's awesome if your cat's named Schroeder. That's pretty cool. I thought about naming my dog after an athlete, but we decided to go with Thor. I was going to name him LeBron or something, but my girlfriend didn't want to do that. No, when you give out your core plays before lock on NBA and MLB, thinking of becoming a Patreon member, I give them out usually about an hour and a half before lock. So normally once I get off the stream, I'll post the core plays. But if news comes out and I need to make changes to them, I'll make changes. And even if news comes out after lock and I need to change stuff, I will. But yeah, I usually post them about an hour before lock, and I'll just update them up until lock. Can I buy a lineup from you? Eric, I don't sell lineups, man. If you want to buy lineups from somebody, go somewhere else. But I would just recommend not to do that. Buying lineups you're not going to be a profitable player buying lineups from players or buying lineups from people. You take orders from a woman, what a simp. Hey, when you find someone you love, you do what she says. You probably don't know what that is, Eric. You probably don't know what that's like. Garrett Temple at 4K for value on DK, getting 30-plus minutes lately. I probably wouldn't go to Garrett Temple on this slate. I think there's just so many other better plays. Give me Cam Reddish, give me Grayson Allen over Garrett Temple. Name your cat Karl Anthony Towns. Hey, that's a good name. Booker, Paul, or Jamal Murray? Probably go with Jamal Murray. It's close between those three. It'd be between Paul or Murray, I think. I think I'd go Murray. Happy wife, happy life. Amen, brother. Hey, yeah, that's the truth, man. For me, it's happy girlfriend, happy life, but yeah, I feel you. Ja, CP3, or Booker? Give me Ja. Reddish or Osman? I think I prefer Osman, but I think both those guys are really good values. I think both are going to play a ton of minutes, or they should. When you fall in love with a woman, do you do what she says? Damn, Eric, you laughing? Jesus, man. Yeah, no simp, that's a good man. Would you still play Van Vliet if Lowry's in? Probably not. He'd still be viable, but I don't know if I'd really be going out of my way to play Van Vliet if Lowry's in. Same with Siakam, and then obviously like DeAndre Bembry would be completely out of play. But yeah, Van Vliet, Siakam, Powell, all those guys would get a bump down if Lowry's in. I don't think Lowry's going to play, but we'll just have to keep an eye on it. It's a 9 o'clock game, so I don't know if we're going to get that news before lock. Jaden McDaniels, 3,300, good value play. He started last game because Malik Beasley had to go to the bench for some disciplinary issues. I'm assuming Malik Beasley is going to be back in the starting lineup tonight, so I don't think I'd go to McDaniels. Thanks for the stream, bro. Good luck tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that, J-Rob. Good luck, man. Appreciate you being here. Do you like Pritchard? I mean, he'd be at least viable if Jaylen Brown is out, but I just don't think, like, even last game when Kimball was out, like, Pritchard still only played 23 minutes. Like, he just hasn't shown a ton of upside this year. I mean, he's a good scorer, but, like, on this Celtics team, the usage is going to be dominated by, Tatum and Walker or Tatum and Brown. So, yeah, I just don't know if I can go to Pritchard on this slate. Galvin Rico with the $5 super chat and no message. Thank you, Galvin. You should have left a message, man, but I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. When will the word on Lowry drop? Honestly, I have no idea. When the 5:30 injury report comes out, maybe we'll get an update there, and maybe we'll get an update on a lot of these other guys. So maybe around 5:30, but they could just come out and say at 5:30 that he's questionable still. Like, I don't know. But we should get an update around then, I think. Williamson or Siakam? If Lowry is out, give me Siakam. Bro, I'm saving some money to become a Patreon member because I'm a cheap guy. Do you update your cores after lock and help with lineup construction? I mean, JM, I'm not going to build your lineup for you, but I do answer questions. So if you have questions on, players, do I play this guy or this guy? I'll answer that for you. Yeah, I do update the core plays. As injuries come out, if guys get ruled out and I need to make changes, I'll update the core plays. So yeah, I mean, I make updates and I'll help you. I'll answer questions, but I'm not going to, build your lineup for you. Do you like JaMychal Green if he plays? Not at his price, I don't think. His price has gotten to a point where I don't have that much interest in JaMychal Green. If he was still like 4K, I think he'd be a good value, but he's like 5,300 now, I think. So, yeah. Hit the like button, everyone. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. We've had a lot of people into the stream today. I don't know how many viewers we're at, but we've had a lot of donations, a lot of new faces, so appreciate all you guys being here. Hit that like button before you do leave. We'll be live for probably 20 more minutes or so. Answer all you guys' questions. Any games you are going to avoid tonight based on point totals / pace of play? I think if Draymond plays, I don't really have that much interest in the Warriors Magic game. Like, I don't really like anything in that game if Draymond's in. But if Draymond's out, then that gets a little bump for Vooch, and that would make me like, Kent Bazemore as a value. Make Pascal okay as well. But yeah, that Warriors Magic game doesn't look that appealing. Some of these, I don't know if there's any other. Honestly, the late night hammer, the Jazz and Clippers, like that one's not that appealing. If Kawhi and PG sit, that's obviously going to open up some values, but all those Clippers guys have been priced up. There wouldn't really be a ton of value in that game, even if they're out. Yeah, but definitely like the Warriors Magic game, I don't really like that much. Windler or Okoro for value? I probably wouldn't go to either one of those guys on this slate. I guess if I had to play one, it'd probably be Okoro, but I really don't like either one, honestly. Especially like on a 9-game slate, I don't want to play Isaac Okoro. I could see playing him on a 2-gamer or something, but yeah, not on this slate. Is Pat Bev a decent low value pick? I mean, if Kawhi and PG are both out, yeah, I think Pat Beverly is definitely in play. Beverly at this point, he's just not going to get a ton of minutes, but he is much more productive when those two guys are off the floor, and we've kind of seen that over their last few games. Last game, 23 minutes, 24 DK points. The game before, 20 minutes, 36 DK points. He is much more productive when, Kawhi and PG are off the floor. He's still not going to get like 30 minutes, but even in 24, 25 minutes, you could get close to 30 DK points from Beverly, especially if he's able to get some steals or something, which he's always able to do. So I'd have some interest in him if Kawhi and PG are both out. No, I'm signing up for Patreon at the beginning of March. I need to take down another tournament. Hey, Christopher, I'll be in there. I'll be in Discord waiting on you, man. I appreciate you taking the time to look at everything. Hope it, if you have any questions, let me know. But hope the content, you like it. Got my Discord chat, my core plays. I have my cash and GPP sheets, basically listing off my top plays for cash, top plays for GPPs at each position. I also have my full player pool. It's like top 20, 25 plays. I have them ranked in order of interest. You get all that on Patreon. So, yeah, hope you enjoy the content, Christopher. And once you join, let me know, and I'll send you the link to the Discord and everything. It's Jokic's birthday. I saw that. I don't know if that really changes too much for me, but I did see that. It's Jokic's birthday. Who is your second favorite spin up? I mean, if Jaylen Brown's out, it's probably going to be Tatum. I'd really like Tatum a lot. 8,800 on DK, 42 on Yahoo. He'd be a really good pay-up option if Jaylen Brown is out. We saw Tatum have a ton of success in this matchup when Kemba was out. So, if Jaylen Brown were to sit, I think we should expect similar numbers from Tatum tonight. Do you like Terrence Ross? Not really. I think his price has gotten to a point where I'm just not really going to look to go to him. Like, I just can't pay $6,500 for Terrence Ross. I don't care how good he's been lately. He was okay to play at that price tag when Fournier was out, when Cole Anthony was out, but now that Fournier's back, I don't think we need to go there. How much to join? It's $20 per month, Michael. You can check out everything. Link down below in the description. But yeah, it's $20 per month on Patreon. I have all kind of packages available. Or I have one package available, but it gets you access to all sports. Obviously, there's only one going on right now that I play, but when baseball gets here, you'll have access to baseball content as well. What's up, Noah? Best value play tonight? I mean, right now, Jay, it's clearly Willy Hernangomez. I think he's clearly the best value on the slate right now. Lonzo Ball or Ricky Rubio. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Lonzo between those two. I'm not a big fan of either on this slate, but I think if I had to pick one, I'd go Lonzo. Biggest value play of the night? I mean, yeah, we just discussed it. I think we got FanDuel in the chat. I think it's going to be Willy Hernangomez. I mean, he's the best value right now, assuming that Steven Adams is out and Hernangomez starts. How do you feel about Embiid and Ja? I really like Ja. I think Ja's one of my favorite plays of the day. He's just too cheap on both sides. Embiid, it's a good matchup. I expect Embiid to have a ton of success against this Bulls team, but I don't know if I can pay up for Embiid on this slate. Like, there's just so many other guys I think I'd rather get to. It's tough to pay 10-7, especially because, the best value of the slate right now comes at the center position. Like, it's going to be really hard to get Embiid because if you're playing him, then, I mean, you could still play Hernangomez with him, but, it's going to be tough. I'm liking Embiid on Yahoo tonight with Hernangomez. I mean, yeah, like I said, T-Bone. I don't think I'm going out of my way to play Embiid tonight because for sure one of my center spots is going to be Willy Hernangomez, but I mean, if you can get him in there, he should be low owned. So, always, anytime you can get Embiid at low ownership, that's always viable. But I don't think I'm playing him tonight personally. I like Mitchell tonight, low owned if no Conley. Yeah, I don't think Mitchell's going to be that popular, even if Conley's out again. So, yeah, anytime Mitchell you get for low ownership as well, without Conley, there's always upside. He did have a good game against the Clippers when they just played a couple of days ago. Ingram bounce back game. I mean, yeah, he could, but on this slate, I don't think I'm going to go to Brandon Ingram. Like, give me Zion over Brandon Ingram at this point. Zion's just been a way more productive player. He's shown more upside. He's been way more consistent, too. I mean, Zion's probably one of the most consistent players in the league right now. Like, Zion's giving you at least, 40 DK points every night, it seems like. Got a bounce, bro. We'll watch for you on Twitter tonight. Thank you as always, man. Good luck to you and all of us tonight. I appreciate that, David. Good luck, man. Thank you for being here, as always. Appreciate it. Thoughts on Zion with Hernangomez? Totally fine with that. I have no problems playing those two guys together, especially assuming that Hernangomez is the starter. I don't think him and Zion are really going to negatively correlate or anything. I'd assume if Hernan Gomez starts, we get probably close to 30 minutes from him, and he's a point per minute player. So for 3,900, getting 30 minutes from Willie Hernan Gomez, he's going to look like the best value play on the slate. And I don't think I'm really going out on a limb with that one, but sometimes there's a lot of times when you have situations like that when it's like a chalky value. I think you just play him. It's at that point. There's times when there's chalk value that's bad and there's good chalk value. I feel like this is probably good chalk value with Hernan Gomez. Michael Porter Jr. interest? Not really. Like, he was better last game, but still, I don't think I'm going to MPJ. I think is Will Barton questionable or is he out? I thought he was questionable. Yes, so Will Barton's questionable. He still has a chance to return. If he were to return, that would definitely put me off of MPJ completely. Could still maybe be viable if Porter's out, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to go there personally. You ever get your girl involved, have her build a roster? I just got mine doing it this week. I think she's liking it. It helps her get involved. She doesn't feel like I'm ignoring her for DFS. I've never had her build a lineup or anything. Well, I think I actually did one time. I had her help me with one just for fun. But she knows a lot of the players now because of me. She hears me talk about these guys and stuff. She would have never known who Giannis was, but now she knows who Giannis is because she hears me talk about him so much. And Jokic and stuff. She bought me a Jokic shirt for Christmas last year. So, yeah, she knows a lot of the players because of, listening to me, watching the games and stuff. CP3 Morant or Jamal Murray for cash? Man, that's close. I think Ja worth including. Philly fluctuates. Ja's been super inconsistent this year. It feels like whenever I do play Ja, he always sucks. And I'm playing him tonight, so he's probably going to suck. But he's too cheap. If if Ja's going to be back to playing 36 minutes a night, he's too cheap at 7,400. He's an 8K, almost 9K player when he's getting his full minutes because he's going to average probably 1.2 fantasy points per minute most nights. Here's the play of the night. The other Hernan Gomez. Someone will make a stake and it will pay off. Yeah, there is two Hernan Gomez. There's Juancho Hernan Gomez, right? Yeah. I have a feeling Juancho Hernan Gomez, somebody's going to roster him by accident. It happens all the time. Whenever there's a really chalky value that has the same last name as somebody else, a lot of times there's other guys that get ownership or get clicked on by mistake. Juancho Hernan Gomez will probably be at least 1% owned tonight. People will accidentally click on him. Do you play tiers? I don't, Quay. I've never looked at tiers really. I've had people ask me tiers questions and I've answered them for them, but yeah, I don't play tiers. Got 4,300 in util. If Kawhi and George are out, Beverly, yeah, I think Beverly's fine to go with there. You just got to know that, that's one of the last games of the night. So if Kawhi and PG play, who are you going to swap to? That's the question. I guess you could stick Beverly in there. You could just leave him in, but I wouldn't like him nearly as much if they're both in. Who you think goes lower owned between Jokic and Embiid? Probably Embiid. Definitely. Yeah, I think Embiid's going to be lower owned than Jokic. DeLon Wright versus former team. I think DeLon Wright, he's one of those guys in the mid-range at guard that's definitely too cheap today. Him, Ja. I think, Wright's definitely in play for sure. I don't think you're rostering him because he's facing his former team. I just think you're rostering him because he's only 6K and he's playing 36 minutes a night and he's a point per minute player. What are your thoughts on Campazzo? Now that Gary Harris and all those guys are back, I just don't have that much interest in Campazzo. I think, did Harris get ruled out today? Yeah, so Harris is out, but they still have Monte Morris. So, yeah, I think with Monte Morris in, I just don't have that much interest in Campazzo. Watch them troll us and they start Steven Adams. That'll be some shit if we get word 30 minutes before the game starts that Steven Adams is available to play. But last I saw, Steven Adams was doubtful, so I'm assuming he's going to be out. Giannis, Embiid, or Curry? Give me Giannis there. Can you play Bazemore and Pascal together if Draymond's out? I think they're both so cheap that, yeah, you could definitely do it. Totally fine, Those guys can both hit value. Bazemore got a ton of minutes last game. Pascal played over 30 minutes. I'd assume you get probably close to 30 minutes from both guys. And like I said, they're both so cheap. I need someone for 4.4K or under in the util. Let me take a look. I'd take Hernan Gomez if you don't have him already. But I assume you probably have him given how much we've talked about him. But yeah, if If Kawhi and PG are both out, then you could play Patrick Beverley there for 4,300. He'd probably be the next guy I'd look to. Obviously, Guillermo Hernan-Gomez would be the top play there, assuming you don't have him. Off topic and skip it if you like, but in honor of Freaky Friday, please have a seat on my conspiracy couch and answer this question. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? I mean, I don't think I really have one, Robert. I really don't know. Thoughts on Gobert and Mitchell? I mean, on this slate, I don't think either one are like priorities for me. I think they're like, if like as a last piece in, if I have whatever Gobert's price is, 7,300. If I have 7,300 left from my last spot, I'm totally fine playing Gobert there. But yeah, I don't think I'm going out of my way to play either guy. Obviously Mitchell though, if Conley were to sit again, Mitchell would be more appealing. DeLon Wright or Jamal Murray? I mean, give me Jamal Murray if you have the salary. I know Wright's a lot cheaper, but if you have the salary, I think just give me Murray. Ja, Powell, Anderson, Sadiq, Willie G. Allen, Seti, and Giannis. Ja, Powell, Anderson. I mean, yeah, that looks good to me for now. Thoughts on Bulls guards tonight? I mean, I'm not really looking at the Bulls guards. If I had to play one, it'd be Zach LaVine, but I think Zach LaVine on this slate is just kind of like he's a low-owned tournament option. He always has upside, but this doesn't feel like a slate where I'm going to really be, going out of my way to play Zach LaVine. Especially if, Lowry's out. Give me, Fred VanVleet for a little bit cheaper, or a lot cheaper. Any word on Lowry? He's still questionable. Simmons is probable, and Tatum is good to go. I don't think Tatum wasn't even on the injury report, but Simmons is probable, and Lowry is questionable now. I think Lowry's going to be out, but it'll be something to keep an eye on. Garrett Temple worth a flyer. I think I answered this already, but I don't think I'm going to Garrett Temple on this slate. There's just too many other options for me to play, a low usage guy like Garrett Temple. Hit that like button. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. I appreciate you guys being here as always, man. We'll be live for about 5 more minutes, answer any last minute questions you guys got. But yeah, hit the like button before you do leave. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate all the super chats today, man. We had a crazy amount of super chats today. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Capella or Jeremy Grant? Probably give me Jeremy Grant there. Again, I don't think like either one of those guys are like priorities for me, but if I had to pick one, I think it'd be Jeremy Grant. What is the best thing to see lineups? I don't know what you mean, Tate. You gotta ask that question again. I need someone as cheap as Temple. Well, let's see. What's Temple's price? I think he's 4K. Yeah, he's 4K. I mean, there isn't much this cheap that I really like right now. If you don't have Hernan-Gomez, I mean, you can play Hernan-Gomez because he's 3,900. But if Dylan Brooks is out, I would definitely rather have Desmond Bane. So, yeah, give me Desmond Bane over Temple if Dylan Brooks is out. If Draymond's out, you got Pascal for 3,800. You got Kent Bazemore for, I think, 3,600. Yeah, Kent Bazemore is 3,600. So those are guys I'd rather play over Temple, depending on what injuries happen. If Draymond's out, if Dylan Brooks is out. What's your favorite team? Talking NBA, I mean, got it on the hoodie right here. Lakers. I said it before. I've always been a big LeBron fan my whole life. Whether you think it's bandwagon or not, whichever team LeBron plays for, that's the team I pull for. So, Lakers fan. I don't know who I'm going to pull for though when LeBron retires. I might just have to stay with the Lakers. Anyone you like 5,700 and below? Let's see. I mean, there's really not much in this price range that stands out. I think if Kawhi and PG are out, Marcus Morris is fine at 5,500. Sadiq Bey is a little bit pricey. I don't know if I want to go to him at that price. I think Wendell Carter is a risky GPP option. He has upside if he gets the minutes. He got 27 last game. This is obviously a scary matchup against Embiid, but if you get like 30 minutes from Wendell Carter, I mean, at 5,200, he is definitely too cheap if he's going to be playing like 30 minutes. So I guess I'd probably go to like him in that price range, him or Marcus Morris. Zion worth the cash on a hot streak, but don't know if it will end tonight. I mean, Zion's just been so consistent this year. Like, even on his quote-unquote bad nights, he's still giving you like 40 DK points. So, yeah. I think Zion's always viable. Especially, I mean, for cash, he's one of the safest options on the board. You know, his price has gotten up now, but I'm still totally fine with Zion on the slate. What do I look up to see if someone is hurt on the lineup for the team? Like I said, Tate, you got to go to Twitter. Follow Fantasy Labs on Twitter. They got all the news you need. Lineups, or starting lineups, injuries. They got everything. Don't make me hit the dislike button. Hey, look, man, I've been a LeBron fan my whole life, so I've been a Lakers fan for, whatever, the last 2 years. I was like that with KG. Wherever he goes, I'm a big fan of the team. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. I don't consider that bad. It's not like I'm just pulling for. I mean, I know LeBron's one of the best players ever, but it's not like I'm just pulling for the best team. I mean, I know the Lakers won last year, but LeBron, even though they make the playoffs every year, like LeBron still had some bad years, and I've always been a LeBron fan. I've always pulled for the team. And hell, even the years a couple years ago with the Lakers when they didn't make the playoffs. Imagine that team now, though, man. Imagine if Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, if all those guys were still in the Lakers. Oof. Obviously, they probably wouldn't have AD in that case, but that'd be a scary team for sure. Just needed to give those guys a few years to develop. Get Luke Walton the hell out of LA because he was the one that fucked everything up. Tatum or Rover for my util, I know that's a big cash difference. You talking about Gobert? I mean, I assume you mean Gobert. So Tatum or Gobert. I mean, I'd prefer to get up to Tatum if you can. You stick with a team. I mean, I've been a Florida State fan my whole life, so I don't care who plays for Florida State. I'm gonna always be a Florida State fan. At the end of the day, man, I think you just do what you want. Who cares? I'm not one of those teams, or I'm not one of those people like, what? You pull for them? You can't do that. Like, who cares? Wherever LeBron goes, man, that's the team I'm going to pull for. That's the end of the story. And if LeBron retires a Laker, I'll probably just stay a Lakers fan. Especially while AD's on the team. AD will carry over the legacy. You think Jeremy Grant is an all-star? You think he is worth the price on FanDuel $7,600? I mean, he's probably one of the most improved players this year for sure, Jeremy Grant is. I mean, I don't know when they give out those awards, but Jeremy Grant definitely is in the running for, like, most improved player. Is he an all-star? I don't know. But definitely, one of the most improved players for sure. And is he worth the price on FanDuel? Yeah, I mean, $7,600, totally fine. I got Kemba, Fournier, Osman, Zion, Gomez, Ja. Have 6.6K average salary for the forward and util spot. I mean, is Cam Reddish a forward? Yeah, so you could play Reddish there. And then at your forward spot, and I don't know what that would leave you for util, but I like Reddish as a cheaper forward. There's no SC basketball team letting Noah Rue for he wants. That is true. I mean, we got the Hornets, up in North Carolina. We got the Hawks in Georgia, but yeah, there's no South Carolina pro team. There's no pro teams in South Carolina now that I think about it. We got Clemson, we got South Carolina, but we don't have any pro teams. I don't think. Unless I'm missing something. No pro football team, no pro baseball team, no pro basketball team. Don't answer if you don't want to, but what is the most money you've had on the line in one night for DFS, and how did it pay out? I mean, I probably shouldn't answer this, but I think the most I played was close to like $2,500, like close to $3,000. I've had nights where I've played that and I've profited and I've like doubled my money. I've also had nights where I've played that amount and I've lost every dollar. But yeah, that's like the most. I don't bet that every night, but that's the most I've ever played on one night. The Panthers, Ed Stone, they're in North Carolina, not South Carolina. They're close, but they're not South Carolina. I'm in Virginia, no pro teams either. Yeah, nothing in South Carolina. Pretty boring state, honestly. But all right, guys, it's about 5 o'clock, so I'm going to wrap up the stream here. As always, guys, appreciate you tuning in. I know we had a ton of super chats today, man. So many people donated. If you're still here, if you're one of the people that donated and you're still here, thank you once again for all the donations. I mean, Galvin, Skywalker, Michael, all these guys, Nate, David, Alvin, Willie, appreciate all you guys, man. But yeah, thanks for the donations, guys. Thanks for the super chats. Good luck tonight, as always. If I don't take down a tournament tonight, guys, I hope it's one of you. All right, good luck, fellas. Good luck. Let's win some money tonight. Let's get it, baby.